Morning, London. Our first stop for today, the Golden Tours bus on, bus off. Oh, sorry, hop on, hop off. Say hi. See the old bus. Grabe yung attire ko. Sa lamig, grabe oh. Tawa, kaya mo? Oh my goodness. Enjoy the ride. Sabi mo, baka sipunin ka. Grabe yung lamig. Naninigas sa mga aking mga daliri sa kamay. See the tourist. Grabe lamig hindi biro.
Now, this is where the guard change takes place tomorrow. No guard change today. Next guard change will be on Friday. This is where the guards live. On the left-hand side, this is Wellington Barracks. Home to the Grenadiers, the Coldstream Scots, the Irish and the Welsh Guards. They have to be here because they're guarded 24 hours a day. And these guards will be on duty right way through until tomorrow. Can I ask you please remain seated while the bus moves, please?
Oh. So how's your tour?
Lamig.
Malamig?
Wellington Barracks, and the front part of the building was designed by Sir Basil Spence, who was the architect of Coventry Cathedral in the West Midlands. Now, right hand side, the Westminster Chapel, American Independent Chapel, where Billy Graham, late Billy Graham, who died a few weeks ago, first started preaching here in 1954. John Milton wrote Paradise Lost in Petit France, Petite France known as Little France. See a person on duty in a few seconds. He's from Strength Protected Force, very friendly, give him a wave. Here we are, going way back, let's give him a wave. Ahead of us is the Abbey in the west, Westminster Abbey. The first Kingbury Club.
Look at this church. Ganda ng church.
Now I'm about to show you a statue of Nelson Mandela. He unveiled his statue himself, the only person to do so. You'll see it, it's the front canopy, past the trophy lights. It's on a very low cliff because he believed he was the only person to serve all these people. Now this is a statue of Winston Churchill, the famous politician.
Sa Dubai.
On the left hand side is George Canning, a former Prime Minister who reigned over for 57 days. We now come to stop number 3. Stop number 3 is for the Palace of Whitehall and also the Cabinet Ballroom, where Winston Churchill masterminded the war effort. That's well worth going to see, because when you have the building, you come out, you shut the door, and the place was empty for 41 years. This is stop number 3.
Taxi.
Charles Dickens was a wonderful novelist. His favourite pub on the right hand side was the Red Lion. Above the Union flag, 1549, right is where Charles
Grabe, nagtataka ako sa mga tao rito eh. Paglapag ko pa lang ng airport, nag-i-English na eh. Ang gagaling nila mag-i-English, hindi ko alam kung bakit. Saan sila natuto eh. Ito meron. Meron din tayo nito eh oh. Hindi lang talaga nagawa ng ganito si Lito Lapid eh.
The lifeguards
Si Leon
are in
Guerrero.
white plumes, they're all named the Blues Royals, they wear blue shoes, red plumes. 75% of the shoes are square. We're going to Renshaw. I've got the road here to turn left, past Piccadilly.
Wow,
and you'll
daming
come to
food.
Renshaw. The orange one is changed into
Ha?
stops.
Walang rice.
Walang?
Walang rice.
Rice is rice. Tourists on the move.
This is the stop number 20. Bridge. The square represents the deck, and the column is 208
dito rin tayo
feet
kanina.
high. It represents the centre mast of Maidstone victory when you stood in service today with the Royal Navy. The fountains are at 4 corners representing 4 corners of the globe. At the foot of the column you see 4 lions called the Landseer Lions. Now Sir Landseer had a problem trying to find lions to pose. He had to use a model and he was all fit and Labrador dog. Life in the Royal Navy continues at the end in the days of Nelson. Something's missing from Trafalgar Square. The pigeons. Someone flying around as a sparrowhawk. Now sparrows don't like pigeons and pigeons don't like sparrowhawks. They don't like one another, don't hurt one another. This is clear ever seen Trafalgar Square in a long time. If you do feed a pigeon, you'll find £1,000 on the spot. All the metal road here, past the mile, and you'll come to Tingey Island. This is stop number 22, and this is for Dungannon Street and Trafalgar Square. One person who worked for the Vicar there a few years ago was very good at writing stories. That person is J.K. Rowling. Anybody can stop now? Stop number 22. Sign is the only road in the UK you're driving around inside the road. To make it dear friends from Europe,
Yeah. Dream girls.
it's the Savoy Hotel.
Tower of London. camera ko eh. Wow! Ito yung madalas silang tawagin London Bridge.
Movie Titanic, you might be surprised to know the stairway in that movie is in that film. I've heard with that film they really went overboard. If you have a look to your right, you'll be able to see there is Bush House. That is where King's College, one of the departments, is based there now, but it used to be where the BBC World Service was stationed. There are 14 major universities in central London, and if you have a look to your left, you'll see another one of them, the London School of Economics. That's where JFK studied, and also where Mick Jagger, believe it or not, from the Rolling Stones, that's where he was. And if you have a look to your right, there you can see the Australian High Commission. So that's where you can get a few tinnies for your esky if you want. And that's actually where Gringotts Bank in Harry Potter was filmed.
You don't need earphones.
We will.
On the other two lines.
If you have a look to your right, you'll be able to see a statue of William Gladstone, who was the Prime Minister during the, well, one of the many Prime Ministers of Queen Victoria, but one of the most famous of them. And if you have a look to your right, you'll notice that this is a very holy church, because there are lots of holes in the sides. Look to your right. They were actually caused by shrapnel from bombs during the Second World War. And if you have a look at this statue to your right, he's been bombed a lot by pigeons. So that is actually Samuel Johnson, who is famous for coming up with the first comprehensive English dictionary. If you have a look to your left, you'll see the magnificent building of the Royal Courts of Justice, the top civil courts in the land. And if you look to your right, you'll see Twinings, the narrowest shop in London. The Queen, she enjoys drinking Twinings, which is why there's the royal warrant on the front of that shop. And if you have a look in front of you, in the centre of the road, you'll see a dragon that we're just about to pass. That means that we are now entering the City of London, so the oldest part of this great metropolis. If you have a look behind you to your right, you might be able to see a white glove which is sticking out from the side of it. Well, that is actually of the statue of Edward VII, who was the son of Queen Victoria, who is the statue the other side. Of course, last year there was the brilliant movie with Judi Dench, Victoria and Abdul. Definitely worth a watch. One of the things a lot of people don't know is that Queen Victoria outlived her husband by about 40 years. And during that time she would always wear black in memory of him. Talking of queens, shortly coming up on our left, as we go past this red brick building, to your left now is where there is a statue of Elizabeth I. So that actually dates back to her reign. Bailey, that's where the highest criminal court in the land is. So just down there to your left. And of course later on you can go on the Jack the Ripper walking tour. He's probably the most infamous criminal of London, but he was never caught. So if you would like to go to St Paul's Cathedral or the Millennium Bridge, then you can alight here.
McDonald's on every corner down there.
There's a lot of McDonald's in
Oh
town.
my God. Right across from the church is right there.
There's not any Wendy's though.
So if you have a look in front of you, you'll be able to see a statue of Queen Anne. So she was the Queen when we became a United Kingdom back in 1707, and was also the monarch when this magnificent cathedral was completed. So it was built under the orders of Sir Christopher Wren, so he was the architect behind it. And if you have a look to your left, you'll be able to see at the top of these pillars, those of you on the top deck will be able to see above the doorway there was a phoenix which is rising above the ashes, and that is there to represent the fact that St Paul's rose out of the ashes after the Great Fire of London in 1666.
St. Paul's Church.
The August Bank Holiday weekend each year, they have an amazing gladiator match. So in front of you there you can see the pillars of the Bank of England. So this whole area of London is known as Bank, and you'll notice behind those pillars there are these skyscrapers, one of which is called the Cheese Grater. You can see there on the right. You might also just be able to see behind the Cheese Grater there's the Gherkin building. And if you have a look to your right, you'll be able to see this pillar building with the square Corinthian pillars is known as the House of the Lord Mayor of London. And it is here where a few weeks ago Theresa May did a speech about Brexit while she was drinking French wine and eating Italian pizza, I'm sure. If you have a look there to your left, you can see the pillars of the Treasury. Now if there's one place, one bank in the UK that you rob, this is probably the best one to go for. It's got the most gold. So underneath there, loads of vaults of gold. And if you have a look to your left, again, down that street, you can see the entrance to the Bank of England Museum. Now one of the ironies about the Bank of England Museum is that even though you learn a lot about the history of money, including the pound sterling, which is the world's oldest currency still in use, you don't actually have to part with any of your own money to go there. So it's free to go to. Now look to your right, there you can see a statue of George Peabody, and he is famous for being an American philanthropist who gave millions of pounds to help the poorer Londoners of this city. You'll also be able to see there to your right a bearded statue of Reuters. So the Reuters newspaper and media consort is all stationed around here as well. This called Threadneedles, and is called so because this is where the tailors during the Middle Ages used to be. Have a look to your left, you'll notice these Doric style columns. So if you've been to the Acropolis in Athens, you know this is the style of pillar there. One of the great things about this part of London is that much of it was constructed with the designs of George IV, who was a great admirer of the classical styles of architecture, the neoclassical styles.
Morning. We are at the Tower Bridge. Grabe. Ang init-init pero napakalamig. Gawa na natin yan. Tower of London. Si turistang-turistan dating, oh. Yan, oh. Kagat labi pa. Oh, ha? Hi. Oh, picture daw. Sabi, oh, picture sabi ni Mayordom. Yes.
Contactless and Oyster users are reminded to touch out to avoid paying an incorrect fare. Please take a moment to read the safety cards in the seat pockets and on notices around the outside deck.
Ladies and gents, next stop on the bridge, exit at the front of the vessel, thank you.
We'll exit at the front of the boat.
Welcome to the famous London Bridge.
The next pier is Bankside. Disembark here for Tate Modern and Shakespeare's Globe. When leaving, please ensure you take all your belongings with you. Contactless and Oyster users are reminded to touch out to avoid paying an incorrect fare. Please take a moment to read the safety cards in the seat pockets and on notices around the outside deck.
video. Oo, kamo siya. Isip ko kung saan tayo pupunta next. Mag-video-video ka dyan. Tingnan mo yung video mo.
Ayoko, hindi ko na-i-enjoy yung ano, yung view.
Ay, delete ka na.
Ano kasi?
Ladies and gents, passengers for Bankside exit at the front of the vessel. Thank you.
At the front of the boat.
Hello everyone! Dito kami magstay ngayon bago mang wedding day. Yan. Medyo makalat. Kasi kadarating lang namin. Ayan o, naghahabol o, naghahabol. Ang kalat-kalat namin ngayon. Pero maya-maya maliligpit na yan. Hindi ako makapagpalipat. Alam mo kung bakit. Umuulan. Kawawa naman yan o. Oh. My goodness. Ligpit a moment muna. Bye. Grabe, ganito kalaki yung suite dito. Oh. Living pa lang yan. Ito pa yung pinaka-room.
Pero ang bridal suite talaga yung dito. Parang lang lang. Parang sinulat mo taas.
Wow!
Kaya lang, sinulat mo taas.
Papauwi mo pa sila tita. Sabi ni Sen, babalik daw sila tita dito bukas alas 9.
Good morning. Breakfast time with Dora the Explorer. Good job. Looks busy.
That's about it.
Sausage.